everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today I am doing another layout with my Felicity-jane kits, and I have been documenting my baby shower from 2 years ago when I was pregnant with Lucy. So I thought all these beautiful muted pastel tones of the Felicity-jane kits would do very well in a baby shower. So you see there, I think this is the Brooke kit, and I took some of the papers out, and I'm just going to be taking my little hard punch and punching some of the patterns out with my hard punch. And I am going to be using that rainbow striped paper for my background, and you'll see what I'm going to be doing there. I thought of putting my hearts all in sort of a vertical layout, but then things are going to change. So you also see that I took some packaging, and those are the little hearts with the black tips, and the packaging had like little scalloped tips. And here you'll see I traced the heart that I punched out, and then I just traced a larger heart around it, and now I'm cutting out the one side of the heart. I'm going to be folding over that side and cutting around that as well, and there I've got a bigger heart, and I'm going to be using that to layer my hearts. And so for this layout, I'm choosing the group photo that we took of us sitting right by the, I think it was a dock or something for the yachts and things there in Dubai. So I thought of having the hearts sort of fly out from the area of the photo. So I'm just going to be taking that bigger heart that I cut out there and just tracing some of the hearts on the paper, because I thought I could do some stitching. And here I go with my stitching. I've been stitching a lot lately and I really love it. So I'm just taking my paper piercer tool and just making the dots, the holes for the stitching. And before I stitch, I do rub out all of the pencil lines, because I don't want my white thread to become sort of dark. You know, it sort of looks dirty, the pencil. Oh, there's my husband bringing me some coffee. How sweet is he? So anyway, and there you see me just rubbing out the outlines of the hearts that I drew on. And you can't see it so much on the screen, but I mean I can see the hearts pretty well. So I'm just going to be doing a simple back stitch on those hearts that I traced. And there you see I wanted to do sort of a broken back stitch, but then I went back and I did a proper back stitch where there's no broken bits in between the stitches. And there you see, there's all my hearts. So I did punch out some vellum hearts as well, or actually that's not vellum, that's tracing paper. And tracing paper is a very cheap alternative to vellum, and it's basically the same thing. So if you are wanting to do some vellum work but finding that the vellum is a bit pricey, go to a stationery shop and buy yourself some tracing paper, and that works wonderfully. So I layered all my hearts down now, and I thought to myself I needed some more dimension because it's very layered. However, I need some dimension. So I am going to be stitching the the tracing paper to the back of the hearts that I punched out. And you'll see that the tracing paper hearts are also a little bit bigger than the the punched hearts, excuse me. So the way I did that is I just traced around one of those hearts, and I made a sort of template for myself, and then I just basically traced those hearts around on the vellum and cut them out. And there you see they look like little butterflies. So I'm also just doing a plain old back stitch on these hearts, and I'm not using glue to secure them to each other because I don't want to get my needle all gunked up. And there you go, there I've stitched all the hearts together. And I'm just going to be leaving a little white border around my photo. It's a teeny tiny little white border, and it's just to give a little a sort of a border to differentiate it a teeny tiny bit from the busy background, because I usually use white as my background, but for this I decided why not do the rainbow thing and go with rainbows. So I really like the way this looked. And initially I thought I could put all my little layered hearts inside the bits that I stitched, but then I thought that it would look nicer if I just added them randomly. So I'm going to be using this title. It's a rubber title, and I'm not sure from which kit, I didn't catch that now, from which kit that was. But it's all Felicity-jane, and all my Felicity-jane things are in this this container holder thing that I got from IKEA. And I've got a process video or a organizational video of how I put that thing together and how I organize my Felicity-jane. So if you're interested in watching that, I'll leave a link down for that below, and then you can have yourself a look. I do put all my Felicity-jane things, as you see, I do put them all together in a in that container, and that just helps me to use all of it together, because all the kits go together really nicely. So it's easier for me to pull from the different kits to use them. So I'm just going to be using also some Heidi Swapp Black Color Shine to bring in that pop of black. Now, all Felicity-jane things have a very stark pop of black, and I love the fact that I could bring in some of that black. I've got some a piece of white cardstock there that I've cut out for something else, but I didn't end up using it, so I'm just cutting it apart, and I'm going to be making a little tag with it to put inside that little pocket, the designer pocket, from one of the kits in the Felicity-jane series. And I am just going to be outlining the tag as well, and putting just a little hole, and putting some pink and white twine through there. Also, a tag needs some thread or twine or something at the top there, just to draw some attention to it. I am going to be putting my journaling on there, and the journaling is just about my awesome friends and how they organized this for me. And even though there weren't lots of people, it was the people that mattered, and that I love them very much, and it was a big surprise for me. So and also the whole setting of it was really lovely. We had the Burj Al Arab in the background, and it's something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. Excuse me. So yes, and I'm just checking how to spell yacht. So anyway, just saying how the coffee shop's at the yacht club, so that was pretty special as well, seeing all the yachts in front of us and all of that. The yachts in Dubai are pretty crazy, right? So that is going to be the basic of my layout, and I wanted to add some more black, and I am going to be adding the back of that pretty cloud paper is a very pretty, quite intense black pattern, the scallops. So I'm going to be adding that to the back of my photo, just to give it some more black and to give it some more pop, as the rubber piece that says blessed on is quite hectic. Yeah, I'm alone with the 4 kids at the moment, so you are going to hear them in the background playing and going on. So that's what my house sounds like. It's being it's being broken down. Anywho, so I've got some of those little butterflies as well, the layered butterflies, and I'm just going to be adding them in between my scattered hearts. And I thought that would be a pretty nice addition, as they're also layered with some vellum and all of that. I originally wanted to use some of those border strips as well, and I've been wanting to use the border strips for a layout for a while now in a layout, and I keep on putting it off because what I want to do is also entails a lot of machine stitching with the border strips. So my machines, I've got a Happy Stitch and a normal Singer, and both of them are giving me issues at the moment. So I've been putting off doing any machine work. So you'll see me there just sticking everything down with some wet glue. And yeah, I prefer doing wet glue, using wet glue when I have hand stitching on the layout, because the wet glue can soak into the little bits that needs to be stuck down. Whereas a tape runner would sort of just glide over everything and not sink and absorb into those little bits. You'll see that I've got some of the Puffy Sticker Essentials on the left, and I'm going to be scattering those little pink hearts all over the show. And I don't think I'm going to be using the yellow hearts because I don't have any other yellow bits in the layout. So I'm just going to be using the black and white dots and the pink and the blue. I wish I bought some more of this gorgeous, of those puffy hearts, but puffy little essentials, but I didn't. So what I do in the end is I just add in some more of the black Heidi Swapp Color Shine, just to give it some more, you know, it just adds a little bit of more sprinkle and splatter. And that is it for this layout. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I really do read every comment, and I love all of your comments, and I hope I'll see you again soon in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.